And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Odie, and it's 57 as you're waking up, so we'll get used to it because it's going to go away pretty quick.
But it's nice.
I'm telling you,
and it's nice.
To remind me tomorrow to bring in my new fancy jacket. I feel like Dolly Parton, my coat of many colors that my wife done bought me with the heater in it.
With a heater in it.
I want to show that. I hear you've bought one or two, hadn't you?
Oh yeah.
Man, the technology.
Yeah, and that battery will last for a while.
Dylan Ray called me. He's got one. He was in Alaska, and he said, "Man,
two
it
or
worked."
three of them.
Yeah.
He needs some of them.
He needs a generator.
He needs the socks, the underwear, the pants.
Now, I don't have any of the socks. Does anybody own? Do you have any of those?
I don't have any of the socks. I've been thinking about it. They got a little 9-volt battery that go with it.
I've always heard that is thing because I'm like Mr. Cole nowadays. I feel like Frosty.
Till my toes and my ears get cold.
Yeah, that wind. And then you pull that toboggan off, and what little bit of hair you got, it goes.
Oh yeah.
We all know that.
The static done took over.
But it's the South. Anything below 55 is cold to us.
Yeah. When we were at the mountains, you could tell people were from all over the place.
Yeah.
You had people that was in shorts, you had people that was in pants and short sleeves, and you had people that was dressed, I'm talking about, with the fluffiest, thickest jacket you could find. And I'm thinking, well, it's really not that bad. But yeah, I don't know how y'all hiked all the way up to this climbing dome or whatever they called it, wearing all of that.
And now that you speak of these state parks, I read this yesterday, and if you're on vacation and maybe there's a bear, maybe there's an elk, don't try to feed the elk. What's it do to you?
It's gonna kill you.
It did. She's dead. She's Arizona dead now.
You know, now I wanted to see a bear so bad, but now here's the thing: it's a bear. I will sit in my car and I will take a picture. And an elk, we saw a couple of them. They were laid down in the field, and it was probably 300 feet away from where everybody was at. But everybody's out of their car, standing on the side of the road, taking pictures. And they're that far away. That's cool. Don't start approaching them.
No, because this is the Grand Canyon is where this is the elk that's guilty of it. She went up and tried to hand feed him. Well, look at those horns. That will kill you.
I mean, come on.
Any deer hunter will tell you never approach a deer that's mad and swinging his head around because it's going to get you.
You know what I call that?
What do you call it?
Natural selection.
There you go. I agree with that. Let me get over here and show you what's in Clarke County. Yeah. This is I want to warn you, if you deer hunt, pay attention to what you're doing in the woods. Northeastern, we can't give an exact location, but northeastern Clarke County. I want y'all to pay attention here. Todd, y'all pay attention. Barry, you could have business out of this. Big old black bear is what we've got. Boy. Here's one picture of him. That's his rear end there walking away there. And he's thinking, man, there's something down here to eat. And here's a better close-up of him. Now,
that's a bear.
I don't know much about the bears that are in Mississippi, if they're friendly or what, but I'm going to take it as it's something I shouldn't get near.
It's a bear.
Right.
Oh.
It's like your dog that, well, if you try to take its food away from him, he's not going to like it.
And he has not had much communication.
Do you know how to gauge? Let's see how good. What do you think that old bear weighs?
I bet that old bear probably weighs about 500 pounds.
Yeah, and it's average guy. You're not going to be able to throw that off of you. You're supposed to.
No, not with no claws yay long.
So y'all watch it. That's in the bushes, and we're seeing more and more of that in our areas of bears and things like that. Yeah, go for a walk by yourself.
Hey, Barry, since you don't have any more cows, I heard that he was getting those goats.
He's going to be a goat farmer.
I think he ought to get a couple of bear cubs and stick out there in the field.
Lord have mercy. Now I've got to go back. I got another like vicious animal that was sent to me on camera that I got to go back and find. I got busy and forgot to post it.
But cougar?
Yeah.
Now we're talking about a four-legged cougar, not the old one.
Right. We might have one of them in the room.
Yeah.
Alabama cougar.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. Shad White's been busy. You reelected him. And what did he do? Well, he went ahead and arrested 2 other people. Let's go ahead and pull their picture up so you'll know about that. In the jailhouse we go.
She hit the lottery, didn't she?
She did. On the lottery commission and, skimming a little bit there. Giving herself pay raises, so to speak.
Yeah.
$189,000 they've asked for back. Now, the next one here, she was just taking a little bit there. I think $36,000. You know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much it was, you're still guilty.
Do you think you're going to get away with it?
If you suspect anything, call him today at 800-321-1275. He'll come running. He'll send his folks. He's got a lot of folks that work for him that have calculators, and they're faster than me and Odie at an election.
Yeah. I mean, they're quick. They don't even have to look at the calculator.
Have we thought about having Shad's people work for us during election coverage?
Well, they could get the numbers to us pretty quick. We have sat down and done some planning. Y'all just wait.
Oh, yeah.
What we got coming,
right?
We're going to blow y'all socks off.
That's right. We're bringing honey buns and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, we got to get that sugar rush.
I mentioned a few moments ago that we had another fire that has started from a fire that happened yesterday. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Let's go to Collinsville. This will be in the Tanglewood, not quite Collinsville, but the Midway area. As we go here, what's this going on right there as you describe this?
Yeah, that's water supply.
Got to have that water.
Opening up that fire hydrant.
Now, as we look at this, we go here, the volunteer firemen arrive on scene, and they go around back, and this is what they find, a shed that caught on fire. This morning, I believe it's this fire in the next house that is caught on fire. Firemen on scene now in Tanglewood.
Yeah.
Now, if you will notice, houses are real close. It wouldn't take much for a house right behind this shed or here to catch fire because it is so dry, Odie.
It is extremely dry, and we are still under a burn ban. That means no burning.
That's correct.
When you become an adult, there are certain responsibilities that you have to start partaking in.
Yeah.
One of them is you don't have to watch all the news. You don't have to read every single newspaper article, but you have a responsibility to pay attention to what's going on in your community. It's just part of life. Because after about 3.5 months, or however long we are now, of being under a burn ban, it's not, I didn't know that. You should know. And
I know where you're going with all that. Odie's trying to find the right words here.
Well, I got the words, but I don't know.
Don't use those. I see it in your head. I see it, Odie.
In about a month, we're going to come back and revisit this. I think would be the best way to do it.
There you go.
But right now,
don't burn.
Don't burn it. Just that long and it's gone.
Let me address this. This was put up. I loaded up and I got the Tahoe out yesterday and I flew to town because I got like 5 things. That what are all these cops doing over here by North Hills at this store? Ooh. So I drove up and they said it's shut down. And I drove up and the attendant had been replaced by then and the store was back open. Apparently there was some type of issue and a clerk was arrested maybe for something, but we're getting comments about this of what was going on. I guess it was a personal matter. I never got the details of why or what went on with that. But you're right, there was police near PV headquarters last night, right after dark. Mm-hmm. And people were told to leave the store. You got to go. I don't care where you go, but you ain't staying in here till we handle this.
Yeah.
And this was not on a, like, Billy Sollie or Meridian Police Department. This is those other guys that show up from Jackson and bigger agencies. So we don't know what they did, and they're very quiet about giving us information. Like I walk up and say, what'd you just do? And they said, why are you asking me? Because I want to know. Well, we're not telling you. Okay. That's the way they work. But
So, yeah. With an inquiring mind.
that did something went on. We just don't know the details of that. And I do believe something else went on later. Because I keep getting reports of why the police over here. I don't know yet. We're investigating, so to speak. We got our ear to the ground.
I know what we need to do.
What do we need to do?
You remember Fozzie Bear talking about bears?
Foggy Bear?
Fozzie.
Oh yeah, Fozzie. Yeah.
Yeah, so Fozzie Bear wore that hat. You remember he had press right across the front?
Yeah. Do I need to do that?
We need to do one on that
Press.
cowboy hat. Got press on it when you walk up.
Coming up, we're going to go to North Crest Baptist Church for mistletoe. What's going on there? Is Brother Paul dancing under? We don't know, but we're going to find out in just a second.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
You know, often I hear people say, well, I live at God's country. Let me give you an example of this. I had a picture sent to us late yesterday afternoon, and I've got more to load. But you want to talk about living in God's country? Y'all take a look at this. Is that not absolutely beautiful?
That is beautiful.
Our little taste of heaven here. You may be watching us in California. You may be in Nevada this morning watching us. But we have a little bit to offer here as well. And we welcome you to watch each and every day. We mentioned mistletoe. Who you got hanging over here with
mistletoe? Lisa's over here. I'm glad she didn't bring that elephant with her because it wouldn't fit.
We hear that you've got a pet elephant.
Not a pet elephant.
Just
It's not
an
a pet. It's like a concrete statue elephant.
Everybody's got to have their vices, and,
Yes.
well, she collects elephants.
Like
It's-
8 feet tall in the front yard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love old Ellie. We named her Ellie,
Ellie?
and I love old Ellie the elephant. I sure do.
Well, what is this about mistletoe? Is this like the stuff you hang down? Or y'all selling mistletoe?
No, this is like a craft show.
Oh.
It's mistletoe at North Crest. This is the second year we've had it back. It's been around 10 to 15 years, and it took a breakthrough in remodeling
That COVID
the building
thing.
and COVID and all that. So we brought it back last year, and we're excited to be back again this year. We have 44 vendors coming on site. Start Saturday morning at 8 o'clock till 3 in the afternoon. We'll have our children's department will have like breakfast and lunch. They'll have some specialty coffees and all that good stuff.
Well, me and Odie may have to bust up in there and just see what y'all got
come
going
up
on.
in there. Come on up in there. and
Now,
look
if
for
somebody
us.
wants to get a booth, is it too late? Can they still do it?
It's full.
It's full.
I've stretched to the max. There's
Okay.
no more room.
It's out.
We were in the gym last night, and it's maxed.
So you're getting it all. Now, well, give me some examples of what you can get, because you
Okay,
mentioned
here-
you got several different things, but me and Odie need to know what's there.
Okay,
Any
here's-
carburetors, anything like that?
Nothing like that. Here's a list of what we will have, though. We'll have woodworking, boutique clothes, baked goods, the Scentsy candles, handmade wreaths, Christmas ornaments and home decor, permanent jewelry and handmade jewelry, Tupperware, crochet items, T-shirts, and T-shirts made on site that you can order your shirt and get it within like 15 minutes.
Now, are we talking, when you mentioned crocheting, is it like those shawls they used to have during the 70s? You remember those, Odie? Is that
Yes,
what we got?
It is.
Okay.
It is, and like the dream catcher things that float down and all that. Also, freeze dried candy, the F on the Chef accessories. Everybody knows about F on the Chef. Everybody loves F on the Chef. I can't wait to see what accessories they have to mix
And that's
with F
still
on the Chef.
popular, isn't it? That old elf moving around.
Moving it around every day, trying to see what it's into. Today it's fishing out of the toilet. Tomorrow it's hanging from the chandelier. You never know what that elf's going to do. Also, laser engraved items, tumblers, cutting boards, caps, hats, and bags, Freshies, which is like the little scents that hang from your mirror in the car and stuff.
Right.
Handcrafted clay earrings, pins, flags, crosses, and lots more.
I'm game. I think we'll have to swing by and take a look at
Hey,
all
y'all
this.
come on by and I'll buy y'all a cup of coffee.
Oh, I like
Ooh,
coffee.
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 Just look for me. I'll be floating around.
And again,
everywhere.
as always, I want to remind you, safe place. This is Northcrest Baptist Church.
Yeah.
Plenty of parking. Let me tell you.
Oh, yeah.
They've even expanded and bought a parking lot to add to the parking lot.
Yeah. We're growing. We really are. We're
So
growing.
it's a great place to come, and we'll be there. What times?
8 to 3.
8 to 3. Y'all come in that Saturday morning, right?
Saturday morning.
All right. Don't you rush off. We've got more questions for you throughout the morning here. So just sit tight over
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Jack's trying to act like she's got to go
Yeah,
somewhere.
like she had something to do.
Yeah.
The elephant's not going anywhere. Keith can feed the elephant.
Here's the flyer that I meant to pull up while she was talking about that mistletoe market. No, that's a separate
That's
one.
not it.
That is not it.
Yeah. I sent you one.
You did send me one, didn't you?
I did.
Boy, I got backed into a corner, Odie. What I
Rump
do?
row.
Rump row. To the mistake department that we go.
That's all right.
We had another brush fire last night. Let's talk about this a second. We've had this 2 or 3 times in this neighborhood, and it's always where the fire department can't get to it very well. Let's go back out to Russell Drive. We can candy coat this however you want to, but again, another homeless fire is what we've got off of the railroad tracks on Russell Drive, across the railroad tracks last night. Now, I know that you don't know where JJ's is. Odie would never know where that is.
What is that?
I don't know. We've heard the name, but we don't know what it is. But
Somebody said it.
yeah.
Well, that's Greg.
Oh, it was Greg. Oh, yeah, he sure did. But across the railroad tracks, again, another fire there in the bushes overnight. Kind of constant. And you can candy coat it all you want, but it is homeless that live in that area. Trying to keep warm overnight. We had another fire there. No one was injured, thank goodness. But those things do happen after dark, so something to keep in mind. Let's talk about an accident. We had a single vehicle, first one that I want to talk about, a single vehicle accident last night that ran off the road. A few injuries on I-20. This would be around mile marker 159 westbound coming into town. This would be as you get near the Jimmy Rogers there before you get into town, before you take the exit to go to Sam's. It would be there. Took a few minutes to find it. When you run off the road and the headlights ain't on, you can't see them after dark.
Yeah, that's tough.
So that's why those spotlights are on all those patrol cars. See where it is.
You know, why didn't we know about JJ's? Because Sonia just said it was a stripper club.
No. Say it ain't so.
In Meridian?
In Meridian? No, we ain't got nothing like that.
We don't have gangs and we don't have stripper clubs.
Nope. Oh, no, we don't.
But Miss Becky said, good morning, Odie. You remember? I sure do. I remember y'all. Right around the corner from where we all grew up. Now, good morning, Miss Becky.
Demopolis, Alabama, over at the river checking in this morning.
Look at there. Anniversary blessings, Mark.
Oh, well, there you are.
Oh, so Miss Bunyard.
We do appreciate
That's a
y'all.
nice lady.
Yes, sir, Bob. All right, let's see what else that we've got going on. We did have a little gunfire last night. Now, this would again be in the Northwood area. This would be on 10th Avenue. No one was hurt, no one was injured, but I did get a bunch of calls. Wait a minute, I'm at the wrong one. I'm at the 1800 block of 24th Street. This would be near Velma Young, and then we're going to move northward here in just a second to the other one that I brought
So there
up
was
too
more
quick.
than one.
2 of them last night. Now, that doesn't mean that there wasn't 5, 10, or 20, but I was notified about these 2. Again, no one is hurt here. Now, this would be 24th Avenue, 23rd, and it's over to the right there near Velma Young. Gunshots heard, reported. Again, no injuries, and we want to remind you of that. And here's the next one that I brought up, because, you know, there in the beginning when I started talking about gunfire and this, that, and the other, I got a lot of resistance. You shouldn't tell that. We don't need anybody to know about that. But the more informed you are, the safer you are.
Exactly. This tells the neighbors, you know, so Lisa's husband is with Meridian Fire Department, and he's with the
Volunteer.
Neighborhood Watch. So
You got that a little wrong.
Huh?
Repeat what you just said.
he's with Neighborhood Watch.
Right, but before
With
that.
Meridian Police Department.
No, you said fire department.
Oh. Well, he's with the fire department, too. But I'll get that.
I do it all the time.
I hadn't had all my coffee.
He's with the volunteer fire department.
He's with the volunteer fire department, but he's also with the Meridian Police Department.
Sure
doing
is.
the Neighborhood Watch. And this is one reason that this goes up. It's information for everybody in the area, but also if you live in that area, get with Meridian Police Department, get with Keith, and set up this neighborhood watch, because y'all are the ones who can stop this. And it's going to take the neighbors, it's going to take the citizens to stand up and take this city back.
That's right.
You know, and that's why this information is pushed out.
You know, and all of this from each town that we cover, I'm giving information from Union. I'm giving it from Philadelphia, Louisville, and we post all of this for one reason only: your safety, so that you are aware where your surroundings are. An informed citizen is the greatest there is. So that's what we do. And this was where we were looking last night. Here's Northwood Country Club. 10th Avenue is where the shots were fired in there. Now, again, I don't have any home that was hit or injuries, but it still happened. And it's the same thing that, did the tree fall? Did anybody hear it in the forest? Well, you know what? It still fell.
It still fell. Doesn't matter if it was a sound or not.
It's just like a married man. It's his fault. It doesn't matter what it was. It's his fault.
Okay.
Scotty Ray and Odie will be right back as we carry on and keep you informed here on this Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Are you looking for a job that could last a lifetime? Structural Steel is hiring now. With employees that have been there from 20 to 40 years, they're family owned and operated since 1975. Competitive starting wages, a 401k package, and great insurance. Immediate openings on the day shift and night shift. From entry-level helpers, welding and tacking, grinding and fitting. And the list goes on of job openings. Start your future today at Structural Steel. Call 483-5381. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Odie as we get into fall weather, and boy, Christmas is so close. It even makes sometimes the bad guys feel good.
My grandson texted me the other day and he goes, "Hey, how soon do you need my birthday, because it's 3 days after Christmas, and my Christmas list?" I said, "Son, as soon as you can get it, because it's going to take me a little bit to save up. You're getting, he'll be 14 this year."
Oh, yeah, things get more expensive the older you get.
Yeah. I mean, used to, I could go to the dollar store, buy 12 items. And this little boy thought he was in just hog heaven.
Yeah.
Not no more. It's like $100 for this one, $200 for this one. It's
Rob, did I make a mistake because Alan says it's Thursday? Did I say the wrong date? Because it's a good chance I could have.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I sometimes get to mumbling and
Friday's
get misplaced.
coming.
It is. It's right around the corner there.
And good morning to everybody out there, Miss Barbara, Miss Becky, everybody. Good morning to y'all. Thank y'all for coming in and tuning in with us. Oh, David said yes, you did.
Whoops, I sure missed it. Yeah, day is Thursday. I misspoke myself somewhere.
Darn.
Boy. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Let's go to I-20. Let's go out. Boy, you want to talk about accident-prone area and probably one of the busiest volunteer fire departments we have. You cross that Mississippi line. You see mile marker 169 through about 160. If I'm going to wreck, I'm going to pick here to wreck. Last night, no exception, as we go there for a vehicle that runs off the road, flips upside down, and catches on fire. Now, the person was transported for medical care, but thank goodness they were not trapped in the car, Odie, as we pull this up. Let's go live on the scene here, the volunteer fireman, and look at this. That's a Dodge pickup truck. You can hardly tell that, can you?
You can't tell from that angle.
And, again, I think they had to, if it wasn't for the glow in the woods there of it being on fire, that would have been one of those things of where is the wreck?
Because there's some areas that's down the hill.
Yeah. So thank goodness this was not any worse than it was, but a big thank you to everybody who came out and helped with this. The later these are, that you just hope that somebody comes along and finds it. And if it weren't for the general public calling 911 saying, hey, someone had a wreck, think about these rural country roads where it's less traveled.
You wouldn't have a clue.
So we had that yesterday. And just to show you on a map, I have a lot of times to go, I don't know what a mile marker is. As you're coming to Mississippi, let's look at this, Odie. This is, as you start out here, it's going to be around the 170 starting at the Mississippi line, and then you get in here to Kewanee and these areas. That's where it was upside down. I used a car instead of a truck. Whoops.
There's some bad juju in that area. I don't know what they did when they built that highway.
Let me make sure.
Bad juju.
Now, if you're like me and you want to keep up with this, there is a mile marker app that you can download, and you go, well, I don't understand where all this stuff is. The mile marker here shows exactly an app on your phone, and we start at the Mississippi line. Let me look at this. At 172 is the last mile marker in Mississippi.
It's pretty cool.
And if you ever hear of a wreck, you can go right to it, follow I-20, and jump right to it and look where the wreck is. It's handy to have. As you go to of course, it counts down from 172 to the Mississippi River being 1 is where you're going with that. So that's a history lesson this morning, I guess.
You know, people don't know odd numbers go north and south. Even numbers go east and west. There's a routine to the madness. It was something that's another word that goes with it. A means to the madness when it comes to all these numbers. But everything means something.
I was going down the road in the city yesterday, and I looked up and I thought, who is that standing in the road? It was Billy Sollie. I said, Billy, what are you standing out here by a graveyard? He goes, man, I'm just helping out. And that's what we had an accident in the city yesterday. Billy Sollie just happened to be driving along. He got out and helped the Meridian Police Department direct traffic until they could get others there to get the cars out of the road there. And you'll take a look at this. This is how quick an accident can happen. As we're looking here, this is 23rd. Someone was coming out of this street and couldn't quite see good enough and eased out in the road, and this car was traveling toward the hospitals, and what do you get, a wreck?
Oh, Billy, was he down to 52
today. He was at 53. He goes, I'm just standing here counting. I can go deer hunting.
He's going to go ahead and get as much doing around as he can because it's going to get boring here after a while.
I think the Buick has got a bump on it. That was 2 Buicks that came together on the side of the road, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look good.
There you are. But that happened yesterday, and it's many, many little small incidents that happens like this. Hey, they've been training down at MPD.
Yeah, trying to learn how to do some fingerprints, get a good lift, and that stuff is technical.
Yeah, it is. There you go. She's the expert on how to do that.
You know, right here in good old Lauderdale County, Mr. Smith over in Collinsville.
You're right.
Is a huge forensic business over there, and he teaches this type of stuff. I want to say that he's developed a lot of these different techniques. So we've got one of the smartest CSI individuals there is that goes around the country teaching other people how to do it right here.
That's great.
In Lauderdale County and Collinsville.
I had someone want to know the name of the app with a mile marker. And on my phone, let me just hold this up. It's down at the bottom. That green one just says mile on it. So I'm assuming you type in mile.
Type in mile marker or something and it'll pop up.
Sure
there
will.
You go.
There we are there. Let's see what else we've got going on this morning as we look around here.
Somebody said, what happened in Newton Tuesday at the Hardys? Isn't that where they had a shoot 'em?
Yeah, it was a shoot 'em up. Two different cars seemed to not get along with one another, and they thought, well, I'm going to shoot at you, and that's what they done. Gunfire out the windows, and what they done was they hit the building. It struck it several times. No one was hit, and then a little bit later, more gunfire would be heard downtown. Police arrived on the scene, shell casings and things of that nature, but no one, to my knowledge, has been arrested at this point. I haven't gotten a message on it. I normally get updated on that. But how on earth gunfire can erupt at a restaurant, no one get hit, is a miracle in itself.
Yes, it is.
So, but we're thankful for that. Thank goodness they can't shoot. They don't know what they're doing. But it's just bad that things like that happen. This is not, McDonald's got shot up one time a few months ago or a year or so ago. And it seems we haven't had that happen in Meridian. We've seen more of that in Newton, to where buildings are shot up like that, in restaurants. That's twice that I know of that's happened there. More on the way with Scotty Ray and Odie as we try to bring a smile to you no matter what.
That's right.
Y'all put it on. It works great. We'll Be right back. Have you seen the selection of cars and trucks at Massey Supermart Auto Sales lately? How about a Grand Cherokee Jeep 4x4 Limited? They've got that in white and also gray. They have a like new 2021 Wrangler Unlimited 4x4. Or maybe your family needs room. Have you checked out the Ford Expedition lately? 1023 Highway 39 Bypass, Massey Supermart Auto Sales.
The low profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Have you heard? Broadmoor Wine and Spirits is under new management. Now, they're conveniently located at 4900 Poplar Springs Drive, open Monday through Saturday from 10 until 9 for your convenience. They have such a large selection of wine and spirits. That's mixed drinks, boxed wines, brands that you're familiar with. Our shelves are stocked. Come by and let us earn your business. That's Broadmoor Wine and Spirits, conveniently located at 4900 Poplar Springs Drive. What are we sitting at, around 7:32 now?
Yeah, I mean, we're already halfway through this hour.
All right, time for some hard news. And I don't want to upset anybody, but the truth has to be told, so we're here to tell you the truth. We're going back to 1936 when this young lady would be born. Her name was Mary Travers. Does that ring a bell with anybody? Well, it was a group. I only know one song that they done, but I know they were big. I don't know much about them. Peter, Paul, and Mary. Anybody remember that group?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the hard truth of what this is. And their big hit was Leaving on a Jet Plane. But Puff the Magic Dragon, as we all thought was a kid's song.
Yeah. It was.
They were high as a Georgia pine. Let's just get down to the basics of this. It was about drugs. It had nothing to do with the little furry critter there and being happy for children. It was a drug song. That breaks my heart. It really, really does.
Yeah.
Thank goodness Burning Love was what it was meant to be. 1941, let's go back to, anybody remember a group called CCR?
Yeah.
Boy, if they weren't one of the best that there was, down on the corner, out in the street,
Man.
Willie and the Po' Boys. As we go back to remember Tom Fogerty, born on this date, born out in Berkeley, California is where he was from. Had a lot of hair, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
We'll leave it at that there.
He's going all the way around.
I think we all loved to watch back in the day Night Court. Do we have Night Court Meridian?
I think we do.
Okay, I need to go watch some.
We do.
Great entertainment that you can't get anywhere else. But as we go back to remember this, do you remember this? Charlie Robinson?
And you know, they've come back and started that show
A new show.
again. And it's got
This guy here, he's in the new
that
one.
guy's in it. I don't know if anybody else is.
He's passed away. He died at a very, and I think he's passed away too. Yeah, 21, he passed away. But that was a funny show back in the day. We don't know about the new one yet. Favorite band, Ava says. She loved them.
Brian said that was not John
Are
Fogerty.
you sure? Sure looked like him. I could be wrong. We'll get into our reports and see what we can find out. We're going to call him John today. It's his nickname. But it is John's birthday. 1958, this would be the first time that this would happen, Odie, as we look at this. 3 million copies. It was unheard of happening. As a matter of fact, it had only happened a few other times. White Christmas and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had sold 3 million copies. This next guy did it with You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog.
Crying all the time.
I love that song.
I do too. That was one of my favorite Elvis songs.
Elvis just had the magic that everybody wanted.
Yeah.
Sammy says that's incredible news with Billy directing. I thought so. I tried to get him to do more. I was going to do a video of him spinning around, and I couldn't get him to do it.
All right, the bald-headed guy named Bull. Angie said Bull just
passed away. Yeah, he was that big, tall guy, looked like Lurch.
Yeah.
Now, I never listened to this because it was too soft-spoken and not my type of music. But I know I'm not
it was
making
a hairstyle, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a hairstyle. Had a lot to do with this. Because you visualize it. After you see their picture, you visualize them singing it. And I just couldn't do this in my truck. But I know a lot of you loved it. Bridge Over Troubled Water. What was that song about? A bridge?
You're trying to cross over. I guess I'm trying to figure out. We're getting in the technical part of it.
I've never paid a lot because it was not one of my favorites. I never really listened to the words.
Come lay down on the
Like,
couch and. But no, it's.
Let's go back and check out that new hairstyle there again.
Look at that.
Yeah, boy.
I wonder if he woke up like it.
I bet he had more women hitting on him than
Well, what was that guy who was over boxing?
Don King.
Don King. I wonder if he woke up.
It always
Well, we'll just leave it like it.
It always looked like he's sticking his finger in an electric socket. Now, I did listen to words to this. 1973, this would be released today.
Yeah.
It would become a #1 song, and it was depressing. I'm not going to lie, it was. But you couldn't help but listen to the words and live. Davy, who's still in the Navy. As we go to that Piano Man. Wasn't that a great song?
I love it. Yep.
He's sitting there at his... They all come to watch him there, and, well, he's just entertaining the folks who are depressed. We won't go any further, will we? But that's what happens at bars, folks. Adult things there. 1984, I never watched this because I can't handle scary stuff. I am not going to pay somebody to spook me.
I love it.
As I did not go through the Bailey Volunteer Fire Department. I stood outside and waited on
He
Odie.
waited on us on the other side.
Said, how y'all doing?
Think about it. Well, we're alive.
But it would be 1984 that a lot of people would wet their britches in a theater as A Nightmare on Elm Street was released. Woo!
I got the whole set.
Did you really like all that?
Oh yeah. I still.
Howdy, that's not normal.
I took my daughter. She liked scary stuff, and one day I told her, I said, "Hey, you want to go see a scary movie?" And she's like, "Yeah." So we went to go see My Bloody Valentine, and it was good. I enjoyed it, and then it wasn't long. I said, "Hey, you want to go to a scary movie?" And she's like, "Mm-mm." And I said, "Why?" She said, "Nope, you broke me of wanting to go see more scary movies."
I can't do it. I just cannot do it. I cannot, because we all do this in the South. You know you do it.
It's crazy. But yeah, that's how people go through the haunted house, half of them. You know,
That's right. And holding somebody's shirt with
you
eyes
done
closed.
paid money. You better open up your eyes.
What was
See
the
what's
comment
going
we got
on.
there? Let's see. Terry said, puff, puff, pass. I don't know what
Puff
that means.
pass. That's it.
Puff the Magic Dragon. It
We
would
do
be.
have a birthday.
Do we?
Yes. To Mason Mansour, 7.
Happy birthday. to
And
you.
your neighbor up here is turning 18.
Who's that?
I don't know, but I know they're turning 18 because somebody was putting all them stick 'em up signs in
18?
the yard that said "Happy Birthday."
You sure they just didn't put him on the line? It's 81.
It could be.
It happens. It was 1990 that this boy, everybody liked him. You couldn't help but like him, except he hired the wrong people to handle his taxes.
Yeah.
Well, they brought a bus and took all his stuff, as Willie Nelson would be, or assets were seized on this day. And truthfully, he had hired a company that he said, handle this for me. This has happened to many people with cash. They trust their money to someone and they don't do the right thing.
And, you know, when a company takes over your books doing that, they should hold some type of responsibility.
They sure should.
But the IRS says, we don't care.
We're taking something, pay us.
You owe it, not them.
You know, if you remember back in the Rocky movies, that's what happened to Rocky in the movies. His accountant blew all of his money.
It's exactly right.
And he ended up,
Brother-in-law, wasn't it?
maybe.
Yeah.
We had somebody that would step down on today, and you knew him, you heard him every weekend. He'd be replaced by Kix Brooks, and you'd go, what is this about? I ain't listening to this no more. Well, Bob Kingsley stepped down for the American Country Countdown. That's when we would have little weenie, what's the voice? The little whiny voice of Kix Brooks do it for the next few years. Terry Clark, Alabama would do it. No one ever filled the shoes of Bob.
Not his voice.
He had it. And he would pass away a few years later, not long after that. They couldn't get the contracts worked out, is what happened. Is why he went away. But what a great guy he was. We liked him there. You ever been so mad you turned green?
Oh, I've come close to it.
Well, here's another picture of Odie, y'all. Lou Frigno was born. Where did
That was the believable, you know, this thing they got now,
Yeah.
they've gone stupid with it. I mean, that's not going to happen. But still, that was more halfway believable.
He was in a
than the
lab
junk
and
that
something
they
went wrong,
got.
wasn't that right?
Yeah, he had an extremely high dose of radiation.
And that happened to Spider-Man. He was also in a lab.
Spider bit him that they were working on with some radioactive material, and that spider bit him, and his DNA got.
What happened to
twisted
Rosie
around.
O'Donnell?
She ate too many donuts.
She's going to get you. Megan, what's her name, going to put you on an interview. Who remembers watching the movie Trading Places? I laughed the entire... Eddie Murphy made this show. But do you remember...
Yes, he did.
Do you remember this girl from there, Trading Places?
That was the funniest.
She was his fiance, if I remember right, before he hooked up with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yep.
It was good. It was funny. Over $1 bet. 1957, we would see what was on TV Guide, and it would be none other than Maverick.
Oh, yeah.
He graced. That was James Garner. He was just everybody's best friend. You couldn't help but like old James Garner.
That's it.
1999, this young lady would pass away. And I don't care who you were during the 1970s, you sat back and laughed and rolled and laughed, and you made fun of the cross-eyed. Do you remember him trying to dance? That foot?
That was...
As we go back for The Jerk. Do you remember Miss Maybelle King? She was his mother in the movie. Do you remember where he stood outside in front of the house waiting for a ride? She would pass away. She was a great actor. Now, she was in a lot of other movies also, but that was one of the ones where she sticks out.
I am writing this slow because I know you can't read fast.
He was quite... And you remember the girlfriend from the circus?
Yeah.
She just kind of whooped up on him a little bit. We would lose one of the greats when it come to newscasters on this day back in 2006. We all watched him for years. Do you remember? It was 60 Minutes or something. Ed Bradley.
That was it.
He passed away on this date. What a great newsman he was.
He really was.
Liked him a lot. We would lose another great actor. He played those parts of...
I'm trying to think of...
How do you describe his persona on this show?
He was just sophisticated.
Sophisticated. Hooty tooty, as you might say.
Yeah.
He had two friends that never let his other best friend come near him. Who we talking about? Him and them dogs.
Oh, I tell you, Magnum
Magnum
couldn't
P.I.
make it in the house.
Higgins is who we're
Higgins, that's
talking about.
it.
And then they made the new movie, and Higgins became a woman.
Yep, don't watch it. I think that's stupid. Make your own movies.
That's
Don't change it.
I'm with you on that. But those dogs would do anything that he told them to do. And at the end of the thing, when it finally went off, we finally figured out that he really was Mr. Masters.
Yeah.
Love that show. 2021, we would lose somebody named Dean Stockwell. And again, they've made another remake of another remake. As we go back for
can't make it
Quantum
up.
Leap. You remember him? Him and Squiggy? I think that was his name there with the machine
I think
there.
it was.
And then, of
I
course,
watched a few.
it was pretty interesting to be able to go back in time and maybe you could alter something that was wrong.
Yeah. And you
Fix
didn't
it.
know what you were until you looked in the mirror.
Kind of spooky, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And occasionally he became a woman before that was popular.
Yeah, before people do it without being in the movie.
That's right. Things that go on. Ziggy. I was close. Ziggy, that little calculator with that cigar as he would get on that. I really liked that show. It was fun there. That's funny. Magnum is not supposed to be having whoopee with Higgins.
No.
No, and anyway, we agree with you 100%. We'll be right back as we bring cheer to everyone. Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
Call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. And welcome back. What do you do when you get mad at the teacher? Correct your child, well, you punch him in the face. Well, that's what happened in Mississippi. Y'all heard about this?
No.
Head Start. Corrected a child, the mama didn't like it. And don't hit teachers. It usually does not work out well.
No, not at all.
She's turned herself into police. She'll be given, I don't know what the sentence will be for striking a teacher, but it's not good. Teachers are there to help your children.
I don't know, but I know that if a fireman is out on the scene or an officer is out on the scene, of course, an officer is very understandable, but a firefighter is out on the scene and they're trying to tell you to get back or something and you hit one, bam, felony. Assault, and I wonder if that would be for a teacher. Should be.
Here it is. It's a simple assault, and it will be charged that way.
Considered as a felony.
And this was in Louisville, Mississippi is where all this went down.
Man, you just lost everything that you ever thought you wanted.
Don't you get barred from the school from ever going back again?
Yeah, and your kid too.
So
yeah, you can't come back up there. Your kid's no longer welcome. What did you just do to your child's future? Because you just took what future he had or she had, making it harder for him to overcome what you did to him.
That's correct there.
And now you've got a felony that put you in a bad light.
This is not the first time this has happened in America. As we turn to some of these headlines that are going on. A few months back, it was a van, if I'm not mistaken, had a whole bunch of illegal aliens in it that were crossing the border, speeding from police and wrecked. It's happened again. This time, 8 people would be killed as they were in a van, and they would hit 2 innocent people as they were speeding along trying to break into the United States. 8 people now dead on a Texas highway.
Why do people try and get in a van and break in? All you got to do is walk over here. The Democrats got everything open, and y'all are paying people to pack you in a vehicle and drive you over here?
Doesn't make sense, does it?
No. Boy, talk about dumb.
I don't know if everybody believes with this or not. How do you feel about them gagging Trump to where he can't talk about what's going on?
Mixed feelings. Yeah, he should be able to talk a little bit about what's going on, but at the same time, that is a court hearing. Go in there and take care of the court. Go in there and win it, and then turn around and eat their lunch, and bring charges against them. I'm all for that. But yeah, while it's going on, if I'm sitting here going to a courtroom, and I've got to have this judge on my side, I'm gonna go in there and call him stupid.
It's usually not a good idea to get your.
I mean, hey man, you want a cupcake or some coffee? But I'm not gonna call him.
We know how this works. Let's just say that you're in a town, you make somebody mad at a nearby business. They're not gonna do you any favors when you need them.
Yeah. I mean,
now, has he been doing wrong? Yes, but sometimes the guy that is that owns all of the Home Depots says that he can't stomach Biden ain't gonna vote him, but he sure wish Trump would hush because the man needs to hush.
He does, and I'm gonna support him 100%. The worst thing he did was call somebody an idiot on Twitter. Who cares?
Yeah,
he's not destroying the country by letting everybody else in here and not going through finding out who, what, where, having somebody sponsor them to make sure that we're not having to take care of them. It's still not government to take care of everybody out there.
It's not. Do you remember the song where Reba broke into it and she goes, you spend a lot of time in Massachusetts. Whoever's in New England, when they're through with you. Woo, that was a great song. Well, we might know who is in Massachusetts now. Boy, you want to talk about getting political here. This is getting very, very, very political as a high-end prostitution ring has been busted. And we're talking $600 an hour workers, because I guess they could be male or female, I guess. I don't know how this works. But
so I could get $600 an hour?
We're going to rent Odie out.
Do I work full time?
What was that movie? We'll get to the movie in a second. But they had this, you had to pay monthly to be a part of it. And it doesn't tell how much it was. But this was across Boston, Virginia, high-end. Wow. 3 individuals ran the company. And it was for people that wanted to keep a low profile and not be caught. Will the names be released of who the customers were? What was that show? The movie, and I go back.
Gigolo?
Yeah, that little bitty guy there. He was in a Neil
You
McCoy.
can do it.
Yeah, him.
Yeah. What was
Where
the
he
name of
took
that?
out the girl that had the, is it called Tourette's, where you can't
Yeah,
control what you say, and he took her to the ballpark to where she could scream cuss words and fit in.
Yeah.
And then that woman with those big feet.
Oh, yeah, that he brought a bucket of chicken to.
Yeah. And he didn't do anything with them sexually. He just made them happy, and he was a gigolo. Wasn't that the name of the show?
That was
the
it.
Gigolo.
Just a no.
And he dropped the fish
what
tank.
was it? He was a fish person.
And he drops the tank, and he's trying to make up the money to pay for it.
Yeah, and he's the guy he's working for. That's what he did, and he picked up the phone or something, and he got, yeah,
That was funny. I don't care who you are.
that was hilarious.
7:50 with Scotty Ray and Odie on a bright and early Thursday morning. I get my days right. Sometimes I get confused. We're going to find out a little bit more about mistletoe and what you can pick up as we'll go back and revisit that if you're just joining here in just a second. Y'all don't go anywhere. Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
Call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. Welcome back as we look at things that are going on. What do you need to know about? Well, this young lady right here, she takes care of you. It's Snowden and Company. Of course, this is their Facebook page. You can kind of scroll down. She was recently up at Scuba Tech educating folks on, well, what goes on in real estate. A great leader. She does so well for so many people. If you're looking for a home, land, they've got all of this for you at Snowden and Company. And again, if you're needing a big home with a bunch of kids, they've got that. If you're downsizing to something smaller, whether it's Meridian, Clarkdale, Enterprise, or even further west, they can help you there as well. Drop by and see why so many signs are around. They're good people that will work extra hard for you. You don't have to worry about the paperwork, something hidden, you don't know what's going on. They know what it is. They'll explain it to you in what we call layman's terms.
That's it. Everybody know exactly what that means.
All right. My next topic, before we get back to talking about the mistletoe, is, and I want everybody to understand, I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm trying to understand. And let's start here. This is what I know. Let me go back over here. This is what I know about country music. When I think of country music, this is what I look to. And here it is. That's the man, George Strait. Now, rumor tells me that there was a big TV show on last night called the Country Music Association Awards. And once upon a time, I was nominated with Debbie 3 times for Announcer of the Year in Country Music Awards nationwide. It was an honor beyond honor. But
A big deal.
it was. Let me go back again. Let me show you this picture now. This is my idea again before I switch screen. This is country music.
That's right.
I ask you, what is this? I have to know. Jelly Roll is now the best new artist in country music. I don't know any of the songs, but I got a feeling that ain't country.
No, it's not, and I get the trend. So, and I don't know the
I
whole
understand
story.
things change.
And this guy was, and what he did, I don't know. But he was in prison, as you can tell.
Picked him up a few tattoos. Let's go back and take a look at that, Odie. There you go.
And,
If you're going to prison, going out today, get a few more of these.
Yeah, get your teardrop or whatever. But he changed his life.
Right.
And hey, I'm all for you. I think it's great. You found Jesus Christ. You found your Savior. You have a relationship now with God. Nothing but kudos to you.
Is he country?
But he's not country. And I think because of his story and his background is what's made him a little bit more popular, because it's not his music.
They like him.
they kind of like him because what he's done with his life.
I got a thought. Start a new genre of music and put whatever that is over there. Yeah, that. Yeah, y'all go visit that. Anyway, I thought I'd just share that.
Roy says Jelly Roll is awesome. I think as a person, he really is, and what he's done with his life and what he's accomplished, I think is great. But he's just not.
I heard one song and I went, I got to go. Let's go to our special guest and see if they're a big Jelly Roll fan.
Yeah.
Do you listen to Jelly Roll?
I didn't even know who Jelly Roll was till you popped that up on the screen. I'm more of a Reba McEntire, Alabama, old school country.
I'm with you on that. Boy,
when
Reba.
I think of country, that's what I think about.
The last one to know. Ooh, but things have changed, and I get it. And I'm just,
really
I'm like
has.
the Bellamy brothers, and I'm an old hippie. I'm just trying to get along. I can't deal with that. That's just different for me. We got a lot of people say they like old Jelly Roll.
As a person, I like him. And talking about getting close to God, if you were at Macedonia Baptist Church,
What happened?
They're having a homecoming this Sunday, 11 a.m. Come back home, they say, and Macedonia and Sukalina, they're on 494.
I thought you were fishing to tell me somebody named like Little Debbie was going to be there or something.
No.
I mean, we got Jelly Roll. I mean,
Maybe she was going to sing the new anthems.
oh, you never know there. As we go back. Now, I got off track, didn't I? I'm so sorry.
I love Little Debbie, though.
Okay, let's just get down to business. Has anybody yet got their Christmas trees yet?
I got
Little
the
Debbie
Christmas tree
Christmas
cake.
tree.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I hadn't gotten any yet.
They're
They're hard
everywhere.
to find.
Angie is holding out on me. That woman better go to town.
They're everywhere. That's how I know it's time to put up the real tree. It's when the Little Debbie Christmas trees are out.
Oh no, it ain't time to put up Christmas tree to the day after we eat turkey.
Angie argued that she already got 3 up over at the house.
I've got too much to put up to wait till after Thanksgiving.
To live
I gotta
that
start
just
now.
that little bit of time. Yeah, that's what
start
Angie's
now.
doing.
Yeah.
But there is a controversy everywhere.
Everywhere.
Before Thanksgiving or not.
We're
And
lucky to put up one tree.
Angie does 9 to 10 trees, and I am not. And I'm not talking about little trees. I'm talking about trees where you can't get in the house, where you turn around, you hit something, and you knock a tree over. She's got a problem.
And they fall into another tree.
That's true. As we get back to mistletoe and talking about Christmas, again, tell us when you're going to be at Northcrest Baptist and times and what we can find.
Okay, it's going to be Saturday, November 11th from 8 to 3, Northcrest Baptist Church in the gym. Come around to the back and go in under the children's awning. There'll be signs directing you everywhere to go. We will have breakfast and lunch. Breakfast will be sausage, biscuits, and cinnamon rolls. Lunch will be pulled pork sandwiches and Frito chili pies. Have some desserts, have some specialty coffees. Come on out and I can buy you a cup of coffee, Scotty Ray.
All right.
What we'll be selling will be woodworking, boutique clothes, baked goods, Scentsy candles, handmade wreaths, Christmas ornaments and home decor, permanent jewelry and handmade jewelry, Tupperware, crocheted items, t-shirts, and also t-shirts made on site, freeze-dried candy, the F on the Chef, and their accessories. Get something new to put out for your child when they get up. Show them what the F's been into. Laser engraved items, tumblers, cutting boards, caps, hats, and bags, freshies, handcrafted clay earrings, pins, flags, crosses, and I'm sure I missed something, a lot more.
It's a lot going to be there is what the bottom line is. Northcrest, where do you enter when you get to the church?
You can come in anywhere in the parking lot, but you'll enter through the new children's building.
It's on the back
On
side.
the back side, under the awning, there'll be signs to show you where to go. Big parking lot. Just pick your parking place and
Look forward to it.
can't wait.
Yeah.
We're so excited. This is the second year to have it back. They had it 10, 15 years, and it took a break through remodeling and COVID. This is the second year that we brought it back, and we're excited. 44 booths. We're to the max.
Did you say 9 or 10 a.m. Saturday morning?
8 a.m.
Well, I was wrong on both.
8 a.m.
Well, I was way
8
off,
a.m. to
wasn't I?
3.
Well, thank you for coming in and telling us about it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And boy, look at the controversy. There's a lot of people that have this thought of, well, I'm going to put up a survey today and see what you think of before or after Christmas here on a survey, if you like it or not. When's the time to do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's some family arguments over that. Some big ones there.
If I've got to put the tree up, It ain't going up until after I eat turkey.
Alan wanted to know where the church is. It'd be North Hill Street. Down at the end of it there as you're going past stores. Big church on the right. You can't miss it on North Hill Street.
You come down 35th Avenue and you hit North Hill Street, it's that huge church right dead in front of you. Right beside the old bowling alley, which is now part of North Crest Baptist Church.
It's called Bowling for Jesus.
Yeah. So there you go, right there. You cannot miss that church. Cross street from Skate Odyssey.
Yeah.
All that area.
Little car wash not far from there. And Piggly, we ain't got any Piggly Wiggly over there no more.
No.
No, it's not there. But a new Pizza Hut on the corner, so you get a little Jesus and a little pizza.
And the eggs up or
That's
something
coming?
Oh, I can't wait for that. As long as they're scrambled.
You got to try. You got to live on the edge there.
I like a fried egg.
Jan Bushman is all about the tree up after Thanksgiving, after Turkey Day.
Yeah, look at that. No Christmas tree till
Barbara,
December.
This is a hot topic, y'all.
It is.
We want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for joining us, letting us come into your homes, your business, or your car, wherever you are today. And no matter what part of the United States you're standing on right now, thank you for being a part of it. Odie, tell us when we'll be back and all that goes on.
So we'll be back in 23 hours to start your Friday. Remember, Veterans Day is here Saturday. A lot of stuff with schools going on tomorrow. We've got that's coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Get your hazardous material trash together because a lot of them counties doing Amnesty Day. We'll talk about it, what you can and can't put in trash cans and all that good stuff there.
And how to hide it and camouflage it if you do it.
Yeah, wrap it up in duct tape. But we'll be back 23 hours. We'll see you Friday. We love you, and Jesus does too.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.